Let's do some practicing with loans. Number one, Camilla has finally found a house she adores. The cost of the house is $210,000, which she intends to purchase on a 30-year fixed mortgage. Blinded by her adoration of the property, she has agreed to a 5.5% interest rate. If this bank only requires 15% down, what will her down payment be? So we're talking 15% of the purchase price. So 0.15 times $210,000 gives me a down payment of $31,500. So that's the down payment, right? Chump change. We all have that in our pockets. All right, so that's what she's paying down payment. What does she need to type into Excel? Well, let me back up. Because this down payment is great, that leads me to what do I need to borrow? Well, if the house is $210,000 and I put down $31,500, then I need to borrow $178,500. Okay, I need that for this next part. What am I typing into Excel to find the monthly payment? Well, if I want to find the monthly payment, I'm going to use the PMT function. Let's recall, monthly interest rate, 5.5%, and it's 30 years. So I start with my interest rate, I divide by 12. It's a 30-year mortgage. Well, I make 12 payments a year, and I'm going to do that for 30 years. You could also just type in 360, up to you entirely. And I'm borrowing $178,500. When you type that into Excel, it's going to give you a monthly payment of $1,013.50. So what will be the total of all of Camilla's payments over the lifetime of the mortgage? Well, she's paying $1,013.50 for 1 month. We're going to multiply that by 12 to get 1 year. And then we'll multiply it by 30 to get 30 years. So 1013.50 times 12 times 30 gives me a total payback of $364,860. This is the total payback of the loan. That assumes she only makes the minimum monthly payment. How much will she pay in interest? Well, the payback minus the loan equals interest. So $364,860 minus the loan of $178,500 gives me total interest of $186,360. Y'all, that's more than I paid for my house. Just in interest. And this is common. This is really common. She borrowed $178,500. She's paying more than that back in interest. That is very common in houses. Very sad also. All right, this is why it's helpful to pay a little bit more than your minimum payment, if you can. Looking at letter E, if Camilla had signed with the bank across the street, they would have offered her 4.25%. What would her monthly payment be here? Okay, monthly payment. The only thing that's changing is our interest rate. 0.0425 divided by 12. We still have 12 times 30 in the middle, and she's still borrowing $178,500. When you type that into Excel, you get $878.11. That is a very much lower monthly payment. How much would she have saved over 30 years if she had signed with a lower rate? There's a couple ways to do this, but I'm going to start just by looking monthly, okay? If we compare monthly payments, the $1,013.50 minus the $878.11, she would have saved $135.39 per month. That's saved. That's some really nice shoes every month. Okay, but anyway, so if she saves $135.39 per month, for 12 months in 1 year, for 30 years total, she would have saved $48,740.40. That's the same house. that's the same loan, that's the same everything. Just a different interest rate. 1.25% different interest rate. That's how big of a difference it could be. $48,000, that's a nice car, right? Saved money just by going with a different interest rate. So when you're buying a house, pay attention to the interest rate. Shop around. See who's going to give you the best deal. If somebody said just 0.25%, oh, it's not a big deal. In a 30-year mortgage, 0.25% can be thousands of dollars. All right, so just pay attention, do some math, see what you got. Number 2, Nevaeh is enjoying her work as an orthodontist, where she earns $265,000 annually. Since her practice is thriving, Nevaeh has decided to purchase a home that has an estimated property tax of $30,000 and home insurance of $9,000 annually. Even with her $1,200 monthly payment towards her dental school loans, she has saved $25,000 for a down payment. What monthly mortgage payment can Nevaeh afford? Now, we need to figure this out using our total expense ratio. So remember that total expense ratio talks about 36% of your gross monthly income minus your monthly housing expenses. So that is, that's where your home insurance, your property taxes, those kind of things. And then everything, then you subtract your monthly loans. So this is where if you have dental school loans or car loans or anything like that, it goes into this. So anything that is like recurring monthly, you're going to want to put into this. And this equals your monthly payment that you can afford. Okay, whatever you can actually. So if you're trying to figure out like, how much can I actually afford? This is how we figure it out. Let's plug in what we know. 36% is 0.36 gross monthly income. We know her annual. So we're going to take 265,000. How do you take annual and make it monthly? You divide by 12. Minus, what are the housing expenses? 30,000 and 9,000. So we're going to take 30,000 plus 9,000. And again, we're going to divide by 12 because these are annual. You don't pay $39,000 a month for these things. That's over the course of the year. So we divide by 12. Then the monthly loans. She's paying $1,200 a month towards dental school loans. And that's going to equal how much we can pay. So if we break this down, 0.36 times all of this gives me $79.50. 39,000 divided by 12 gives me $32.50 minus 1,200. When I subtract all that, comes out nicely, $3,500. So Nevaeh can afford a $3,500 house payment based off this information. So assuming that the bank is offering 3.25% interest for a 30-year mortgage, what mortgage amount can she afford? Well, that's the present value of a house. So we take the interest rate, 0.0325, divided by 12. 30-year mortgage is 12 times 30, and we put her monthly payment of $3,500. When I type that in, Excel gives me a value of $804,216.26. So what is the maximum housing price Nevaeh should consider? Well, this is the value of the house that her data says. But remember, she also has $25,000 saved for a down payment. So realistically, she can look at an $829,216.26 house. This is the highest value she can afford. I think she should just look at the 800,000 range. Like, give yourself some grace, because you never know what's going to happen. But mathematically, based on this data, she can afford a house that's $829,216.26.